gonna be funny when the video just like cuts and there's new lighting, different angles, different quality.
Alright, and then you're gonna switch over here. Now, okay, are we recording?
Yep.
Right now?
Yep.
Oh, oops. Okay. Who are your major influences with your band?
Well, for me personally, it's Blink-182 probably, and Angels and Airwaves. Me and Dustin, that was both of our main influence, which had us start a pop punk band kinda, you know. And then there's all of our influence. The whole band collectively is a band called Lucero. Now they're like alternative country, little country punk and stuff, but it's really good songs. You know, mostly like acoustic or like light songs, just very lyrically orientated.
Lighthearted and fun.
Oh, it's good. All about the fun.
Of course. Okay. Anyways, where do you usually perform?
Well, there's no usual perform
okay.
spot. Like, we play in Connecticut, that's where we're all from. And
so you usually perform in Connecticut?
yes, usually.
There you go.
And we played in Pennsylvania as this band, but this incarnation of this band has only really been together for like maybe a year, and only half that time we've been playing out. So.
Do you feel like it's kind of like a solid band that you'll be together for a while?
Yeah, it's solid. I mean, we have all the problems. You know, it's like I live with the lead singer. We're roommates, and he's messy as hell. So I get pissed at him all the time. But you know, we never let it affect the band really. The band's always there.
Did you ever kind of go on tour or anything like it?
Well, kind of. We had a couple shows in Connecticut, one day after another, and then the show in Pennsylvania. It was a lot of driving, especially because I had to come up here and pick Gabby up after a show in Connecticut, and then drive straight down to Allentown, Pennsylvania, so she could come to the show. That was fun. A lot of driving, a lot of gas. But we don't tour.
You don't tour?
Well, unless we get signed to an indie label, I don't think it's financially a good idea for any of us at this point to actually tour. But getting signed to an indie label seems like a very good possibility at this point.
So do you just go on? Do you go on any long trips, or is it mostly in Connecticut?
The longest drive we ever did was 5 hours to Pennsylvania to play.
So you have good, short, little road trip plans.
Yeah,
instead
that was
of
fun.
long,
That was
3
fun,
day.
except for half the it's me with all the band's equipment, and then Gabby and our friend Johnny, and then the other truck is everybody in the band. And they left like 2 hours before I was even in Connecticut, because I was heading down, and I got to Pennsylvania before them because they got stuck in New York City, so we were like late for the show because they decided, let's go through New York City to get to Pennsylvania. It's only 5 o'clock. It's not rush hour.
I think I heard that story
Yeah.
from Gabby. How often do you guys practice or have band practice?
Well, band practice does happen every weekend.
Oh, does
I'm just not present for most of them.
Oh, okay.
I mean, I know the songs better than anybody else, but
do they get?
we're switching band practice to Sundays, so we can practice more often, because we used to practice 2-3 times a week, but then the drummer got a job, kind of shot that down.
Jobs.
Yeah, I'm still pissed him for it.
What's it like to perform for you?
I don't know. Every time before I do it, I still get scared. Then I kind of do the same smile I'm doing right now the whole time because I don't know what to do. But after the first few notes, you kind of just slip into a groove and you don't even really notice. Like me, I handle it by not even looking into the crowd.
Or just picture them with only clothes.
No,
right? You just
no.
like that's what everyone tells you.
I couldn't do that. That would just be weird to me. Just look at someone weird looking. I don't know.
So, what was your greatest experience? You can tell where the next question is going.
I don't know. I'm not too sure.
Is there any
That's a
great
tough one.
experience?
There is. There's a lot of great
Okay, what was a
experience.
good experience? Can you?
Really good experience was, I mean, I'd have to say the Allentown, Pennsylvania show. That was great. We played with a great Australian band called the On Fires, and they stayed. They hung out with us. I mean, they're just amazing. That was a really awesome time, and then they told us we were great and everything. But another awesome time was in my last band, probably Kickstart Tragedy. We had this one song that everybody loved, and there was like this little place that like 200 people would cram into every Saturday night, and there was like a month period where like everybody was there to see us, and that was just amazing. Yeah, to that point I didn't really know how it felt to have people like sitting in the crowd singing the lyrics to your song while you're playing it, and that was just cool. That was probably the coolest thing, when someone's out there singing your song while you're playing it.
What was your worst experience? One of them.
Bristol, Connecticut. Last year, the night before the Pennsylvania show, I stepped on my cord.
Oh.
And it came halfway out, and it was I wasn't playing for like a minute, and I didn't even realize it. That was a pretty bad one. Oh, and then another worst experience was the last band I was in. A huge fight broke out in one of our heavy metal songs, and someone got hurt, and that wasn't fun.
Wow.
Yeah, felt really bad about that.
Yeah, I heard those heavy
But
metal.
I stopped. I threw down my guitar, and I went over there, and everybody was over there breaking it up and stuff. You know,
I heard it could get really intense.
it does.
Yeah.
You know, and it's hard to write a bunch of songs, so I have way more fun writing pop punk. I love it.
Did you ever, do the backup screaming?
No, I don't scream.
You
There was
don't
no,
scream?
no.
Oh,
no,
so
the
it was
lead
a heavy
singer took
metal.
care of all of that.
It was a heavy metal band and you didn't scream.
I didn't. The lead singer took care of all
Okay.
that. When I covered after we lost our lead singer for for 2 shows, I just basically spoke the words, kind of like rapped them almost, but with a little bit of singing in there, so it didn't sound wrong.
That's great. How has your music evolved in your current band since you first started?
Well, I notice listening to the recordings I've had for the past 6 years that I have certain tendencies while writing, certain things I do with a lot of riffs. So I got to be careful not to mimic my own stuff. But I've come a long way. Like, I'm able to write catchier tunes, better riffs, easier. I can come up with stuff a lot simpler. Just sit down for like an hour and jam stuff out. If I record it, I can remember what I made up. But I feel I've come a long way, and my lyrics writing, that's come a long way too, especially with inspiration from Dustin, the songwriter in our band. He's so good at it. I'm jealous. But one thing I'm so proud of him for, he just comes up with the best vocal melodies to any song ever. Like, so catchy. That's what sets us apart, I believe. Catchiness gets it stuck in your head.
Do you go to a recording studio to record, or
Yeah.
what's that like?
Oh, that's weird, huh? Our drummer, I wanted to break a bottle over his head. We went to Planet of Sound last year. That's a pretty big studio in Hartford, Connecticut, and they're pretty famous. And our drummer, he couldn't play to the click track, and that took up half of our time there. Like, just him trying to get the songs down on time. It's like, dude, you're the drummer. You're supposed to be playing in time anyway. And then our singer got all scared, so he couldn't do his guitar parts. So I did all the guitar for it, and our singer did the bass because the bassist was too scared. It was so barely people get really scared, but I just like went in there. I was like, screw this, and I hammered out all the songs in like 15 minutes. The 4 songs we were doing there, like, got all the layers done and everything, and then I had to leave because I I had to go set up the after party we had scheduled, and we were taking too long, so I left, and the singer did his vocals. And when they brought the CD to me, I was just amazed at like how good it sounded.
So you often find yourself enjoying your own music?
Yeah, I feel so bad when I do though, but I put it on in my car sometimes and I sing along, and I forget that it's my band, and I actually really enjoy it.
That's good though. You should enjoy your music.
Yeah, but I feel when we start playing out again, like a lot, which we plan on starting in the spring, so I'll start to get sick of it.
That's when you write the songs, right?
Exactly. We got a bunch more coming out soon.
Where do you see your band in 5 to 10 years? Do you think you'll still be together?
Either I see none of us talking, or I see us doing very well. It's you got to be either or. If we manage to stay together and manage to keep going through all of this and get past all of our differences and everything, we'll be a great band. But if not, we'll all end up just not talking eventually.
Do you hope to eventually become a big hit and go on tour? Not that you are already in Connecticut.
Oh God. No, of course I do. I really do want that. I want that forever. But what do you need?
Just walk, Gabby. You've already ruined it already. This is a very
third time's the charm.
loosey-goosey kind of interview, I think.
Yeah.
Nanette will love it.
I'm putting it in the oven now, so I'll be back
For
when your
your
interview's done.
Mm.
I mean, Luke cursed.
Yeah, you didn't curse yet.
And I do all the time. See,
Wow,
I'm able
you're
to
so
watch
polite.
myself.
Let's see. Here's a good question. Your top 2 all-time favorite songs, and I know they change, over time because they change for me. But right
one
now,
hasn't ever changed, so one's always gonna be the same.
Mhm.
And that's Leonard Skinner and Free Bird. I believe that is the best song ever written.
Why do you like it so much?
It is just simply amazing. It has everything songwriting should. It has a great, a slow song in it, great vocal meaning, lyrical meaning, and a great build-up to an awesome, powerful finish. And I mean, it does this all in 9 minutes, but still, and the solo is just amazing. It's just the greatest song ever written to me. And if I had to choose a second, maybe I could check my iTunes top 25 to see what my most playeds are, but I'd have to say Lucero, Mom. That's a really good song, because it's just the stuff they write about, I can relate to and associate with, so just hits close to home,
That comes to my next question is, what do you usually listen to on your iPod, whenever, when you're in the car, when you're jamming out?
Besides Ready Set Riot, I listen to a lot of Angels and Airwaves, Lucero, but Lucero's depending on mood. Like, if I'm in kind of a down mood, that's a good band to listen to. A lot of A Day to Remember, a band called We Came as Romans, Notorious B.I.G., Nas,
I love Nas.
the Beastie Boys.
That
Oh, come on. They're great. They got a new song out with Nas, so whatever.
Here's a more serious question.
Right, serious face.
Right, as a musician, do you feel like it's important to have music and arts in a public school curriculum?
Oh, God, yeah. Like when I was in elementary school and stuff, before I had a guitar, I was already musically inclined because I was playing trumpet for years. And that just got me into music and how it's made. And it gives you a hobby, something nice to do, something creative, something like that isn't just, I can't really explain it, it just opens stuff up for you. And always keeps your mind working. Like I had that, and then high school I had guitar classes and stuff. Plenty of art classes. I just think it is so important because you need stuff like that in your life. You need to have those creative juices flowing inside of your brain. I mean, otherwise life would be dull.
Yeah, I agree. Would you mind playing with something?
Oh God.
Yeah.
I don't mind at all, but like I said, like
I'm not gonna judge.
my guitar parts.
There's no judging here.
I gotta stretch. Yeah, I just gotta set stuff up.
All right.
Do we
Should
flip
we
the camera
pause it?
around? No, we can't pause it.
We
It has to
can't
just
pause
keep
it?
going.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to keep going. Keep on
Ready?
rolling.
Well,
Well, you can take your time.
that's not.
Take your time.
Well, actually, I really need to set up. I don't know what to
Oh, you
play.
brought your. Ooh, that's pretty.
I don't. Yeah. I don't know what to play though.
Play whatever.
Well, I was just gonna play song off Ready Set Riot's EP. You know what they
That'd be
say. Been
perfect.
around. It's called. The song's called Been Around. The EP's called. You know what they say.
We'll be checking out.
It's so out of tune. Yep. Very good. Sorry about that.
Take your time.
Now I feel weird. Like, should I sit or should I stand?
Would you rather sit?
Okay.
Whatever makes you feel comfortable.
Can she hear this?
Oh,
hope
yes,
so.
you will.
All right. Now this is really awkward.
That sounds very punk.
I hate being on camera.
Oh.
All
You're
right.
you perform all the time. It's
Yeah,
no
but like I
different.
said, I look at the ground. All
Then look at the ground.
right. Not warmed up, but I'll play my parts to Been Around. Ready, set, riot. All
Go
right.
for it. right.
Woohoo.
Probably stop it.
Yeah, is that how you supposed to stop?
Yeah.
That was great.